Hey y'all, come have a slow morning with me. So, of course, today we're going to be talking about slow mornings. Slow mornings, in the grand scheme of things, are just intentional, grounding mornings that we have each day. They set us up to be more productive or more peaceful, but the gist of them are that they are well thought out and intentional. Imagine you're a business owner, right? You may get up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm gonna start my morning with a cup of tea, start with doing a gratitude practice, and then I'm gonna set my intentions for the day. If you're a mom, you may wake up in the morning, start your day with tea or coffee, and say, you know what, I'm going to tidy the kitchen, or make myself a breakfast, or get a load of laundry started, or whatever that may look like for you. And so it's just about intentional, slow, grounding moments. Again, it's going to look different for everyone. For someone else who does business, again, it's going to look different. For a mom, it's going to look different. For a person who's single and works a full-time job, it's going to look different. The goal is not to recreate the things that we see on social media, but to instead find and have awareness of our needs, our practices, and being able to kind of incorporate systems that fall into that way. I will tell you, if you do not set intentional moments in the morning and you do not incorporate a slow morning practice, that reactivity is going to lead to burnout. That is why you wake up in the morning, you're stressed out. The first thing that you have to do that day, you're already annoyed and irritated because you have not set the intention to have a slow morning. And so I'm going to encourage you all to write down below what some of the intentional things you could do would be. So, I'm going to be doing my devotion. It's like I said, my slow morning is going to be a little bit different than other people's slow mornings. My slow morning is going to look a little different than other people's slow mornings just because I'm in a different season. If you would have asked me a year ago, a year and a half ago, what a slow morning would have looked like for me, it would look completely different because I was in a different season. I was still home with my boys. I wasn't working. This season is about systems and balance and stewardship, just like I said before. And so a slow morning for someone else may be just vibing and just relaxing and watching TV or just resting now that the family's gone. And for me, it's about being super intentional with my time, being super intentional with my mornings. I'm not drinking coffee right now. On another day, maybe next week, you might catch me drinking a coffee instead of a tea. But something hot every morning because it just makes me feel really soothed, makes me feel really grounded. I'm starting to realize it's just having something warm to drink. I tried to go a morning without it because I made myself a cup of tea and I put my spoon in there and it was dirty. And so I was like, I'm not even going to have anything this morning. Just forget it. And then I tried to sit here without it and I was like, bro, I got to do it again. I got to make myself another cup. So a cup of tea really helps me, or a cup of coffee, anything warm in the morning helps me feel really grounded. And again, I'm just trying to set myself up. So you saw me put a load of laundry in. I also restarted the dryer because there's towels in there and I'm going to put those together or fold those up later today. Making my bed in the morning and now doing my devotion. I'm not going to record myself doing my devotion. I don't have an issue with doing that, but I really do want to be intentional this morning about my devotion time because it's something I really want to be a better steward of in this year. But I am going to show you what I'm going to do before I get into it. So I have a scripture here from I don't know why I didn't write the date on here, from a sermon my pastor preached a couple weeks ago, maybe at the beginning of the month. And it talked about a new dependence. And it comes from 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, the 1st through the 5th verse. So a year or two ago, a lot of people from our church were asking about how to do devotion time, how to be intentional with our time in devotion. What does that look like? Do we just read a scripture? What do we do? And so our pastor created something for us to be intentional with our time. And that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to show this to you and then I'm going to say goodbye. This is called the 7 Feet Deep Dive Bible Study. And so this is what it looks like. If you guys want to kind of walk through this together and practice using this together, comment down below and I'll do it with you. We'll pick a scripture to talk about and we'll walk through it together. The first part talks about, what does this passage say? What does it actually say? And so what are you interpreting from what they're saying? 2, what does this passage mean to its original audience? When you hear people talking about context, you can pluck any scripture out and not take into account any context and create your own meaning of that scripture. But we do have to take into account the context that it meant for the people at that time. What does this passage tell us about God? What does it tell us about man? What does this passage demand of me? How does this passage change the way that I relate to other people? And what does this passage prompt me to pray to God? And so that's what I'm going to do in my devotion time today. If you guys want to practice walking through this together, I will. I'll make a video about it as much as you want. But again, I'm going to do this during my quiet time. I really appreciate you guys for spending a quiet morning with me. This is not a long video. I really appreciate your time today. We are being very intentional about stewardship, and I'm being very intentional about recording these moments with all of you. So until next time, and if no one else has told you, I'm very proud of you. See you.